Hello everyone. Last section, we have talked about the costume of Qing Dynasty. Now, let's continue to learn the knowledge points of costume of Qing Dynasty. The Qing Dynasty has adhered to the traditional Manchu costumes as the basis for the establishment of the crown costume system, thus greatly changing the costume system of the Ming Dynasty. In the Qing Dynasty, the royal crown costume adopted the etiquette department to make or ask the emperor to make a proposition, and then the painter in the internal affairs office or 如意号, 如意馆, draw heavy colored meticulous small samples or ink lines to outline the partially colored clothes and cut out large samples for the emperor to preview, all directly reviewed by Minister of Internal Affairs and sent to the Weaving Bureau, together with the sample garment. Jiangning Suzhou Government, Zhejiang Hangzhou Government, and Huainan and Huaibei weaving departments and bureaus, specially weaving royal crowns and gowns for concubines, princes and princesses. Weave it into a piece of material and then send it to cutting, embroidering, and garment making, cutting and sewing on the clothes respectively. After completion, the setting warehouse shall be sent to the Internal Affairs Department's General Storage Department for acceptance within the time limit. These small samples are accompanied by paper and ink signatures, and some have the real names of the painters, such as Shen Zhenling, Xie Chun, and Shen Shijun. At present, some of them are completely preserved in Beijing's Palace Museum, which can be compared with the Qing Dynasty objects currently stored in the Palace Museum. Since photograph was introduced to China in the 1880s, photos have been circulated from Empress Dowager Cixi to citizens, businessmen, and craftsmen, providing us with more real image data. What is more valuable is that cultural and art institutions such as Beijing Palace Museum, Shenyang Palace Museum, and Taipei Palace Museum have preserved hundreds of thousands of pieces of Qing Dynasty palace costumes. Since it was not long ago, these cultural relics were well preserved as new, which provided favorable conditions for the research of Qing Dynasty clothing art. The crown system in Qing Dynasty is very complicated. In addition to the oversleeve, python clothing, shawl, and plume top, which are required for royal and ministry robes, there are strict regulations on the fabrics with colors of the 4 seasons, and filling of the chest, the grade of the court beads, the number of eyes of the plum, and the materials of the top decoration. The emperor's winter crown, Dong Chao Guan, is sloping, with an upturned braid around it, made of marten. The crown is decorated with red thread. In summer, the crown, Xia Chao Guan, is conical, and the outer opening of the lower eave is a double-layer horn shape. The shape of the auspicious clothing crown, Ji Fu Guan, is similar to that of the crown Chao Guan, and there is no 3-layer treasure of the top decoration. The queen's crown Chao Guan looks like the emperor's winter crown Dong Chao Guan. The peacock plums are divided into flower plums, blue plums, and dyed blue plums, of which flower plums are the most valuable. The flower plums are made by peacock feathers, with 3 plums being the best. Blue plums are made of pheasant feathers. Dyed blue plums are made by dyeing swan feathers with indigo. The 端罩 is a loose-fitting fur garment worn by Qing royal family and officials. 衮服 and the dragon jacket, 龙褂. 衮服 is worn by the emperor during the sacrificial ceremony. It takes the form of round neck, lapel, length of sitting. The fabric of 衮服 is sewn and is embroidered with 5 round buttons. There are 4 dragons with 5 claws woven, embroidered or 刻丝, 1 dragon on the chest, 1 dragon on the back, 2 dragons on both shoulders, sun on the left shoulder and moon on the right shoulder. The prince was wearing a dragon jacket, 龙褂. The emperor's ceremonial dress, 朝服, is a formal dress worn for important ceremonies and sacrificial activities. The basic style is formed by matching a robe, 袍裙, with a collar, 披领, and put the coat and the skirt together. Coat sleeves are divided into 3 parts: sleeve body, plaited plain sleeve, and horse hoof shape sleeve end. Waist scarf is arranged at the waist. There are fans at the junction of the lower skirt and the coat, and square means lapel are arranged on the right side. The regular robe, 长服袍, is a round neck, right lapel, narrow sleeve with horse hoof shaped sleeve end, and a 4-sleeve fringing robe with animated color and pattern. They are usually worn. The tunic 行袍 is a large lapel on the right. The tunic 行袍 is a large lapel on the right, with a horse hoof shaped sleeve end and a 4-sleeve tunic. The tunic on the right is 1 尺. 尺 means Chinese city length unit, shorter than that of the ordinary tunic, which is 1/10 shorter than that of the 长服袍 and is convenient for riding. Therefore, it is also called 缺金袍. When not riding a horse, fasten the short one under the red tunic with 3 buttons just like a 长服袍. In the Qing Dynasty, only the emperor can wear a 12-pattern dragon robe 龙袍 with a round collar, a large lapel, and a 4-sleeve robe in bright yellow. When wearing the dragon robe, he wore a high-ranking robe, 衮服, outside. 补服. When the emperor wears 衮服 and the prince wears 龙褂, the officials should wear 补服. The embroidery piece, 补子, is decorated on the front and back of the clothes, and different decorations are used to distinguish the level of official positions. Members of the royal family use round fillings, and officials at all levels use square fillings. The 朝袍 of queen is bright yellow, and its basic style consists of a collar, 披领, a shoulder pad, 护肩, and a robe body, 袍身. When wearing the robe, it must be matched with the gown, 朝褂. The gown, 朝褂, is decorated on the chest, has a 彩穗, 3 sets of beads on the neck, 朝珠, a crown on the head, 朝冠, and high-heeled shoes, 高底鞋. It is extremely beautiful. The dragon jacket 龙褂 is a suit with round neck, double-breasted, left and right open, flat sleeve end, and length corresponding to robe. The dragon jacket 龙褂 can only be worn by the queen, empress dowager, imperial concubines. The clothes worn by Prince Imperial's wife, prince's wife, ardent king's wife, and princess are called auspicious gowns, 吉服褂, instead of dragon gown, 龙褂. According to the documentary records, there are 2 types of decorations on the queen's dragon jacket, 龙褂. There are 3 types of objects hidden in Beijing's Forbidden City, all of which are sun. One is decorated with 8 golden dragons with 5 claws, and the lower part of the body is decorated with 8 treasures. See water, river, cliff pattern. 2 dragon lines and water waves at the sleeve end. The queen's dragon robe, 龙袍, is around the neck, a large lapel on the right, and a robe with left and right fringing. It is bright yellow. Mandarin dress, 朝裙. It is a dress with a white waistcoat and a large hem-pleated skirt. The dress has a fold at the waistline and 2 straps at the back waist to tie the waist. The court beads are originally the development from Buddhism's counting beads. According to the Qing Dynasty's crown system, every monarch, minister, and wife who wore 朝服 or auspicious clothing 吉服 must wear court beads on their chests. The court belts, 朝带, are usually bright yellow, and the sacrificial heaven is made of pure sun and silk sash. There are 4 gold plates with dragon pattern, with hanging rings, which can be hung with oil, pendant, firearm, large towel, knife, carking, etc. The 金约 is a fitting for women to wear a royal crown. When wearing a royal crown, one must wear a golden 金约 first, and then a royal crown to tie one's hair. The 领约 is an ornament worn by women in Qing Dynasty between their necks and pressed on the base and the collar. Its shape is similar to a round collar. The traditional custom of Manchu women in Qing Dynasty is to wear 3 ears on one ear, 一耳三钱. Colorful scroll, 彩穗, is an ornament hung on the second button of the imperial gown, 朝褂, and hung on the chest when the Qing Dynasty women wore 朝服, distinguishing categories by color and embroidery or not. Noble women with 8 banners usually comb their banners, wear a royal crown 朝冠 when wearing royal robes 朝服, wear a 吉服冠 when wearing auspicious robes 吉服, and have a headdress similar to a crown, which is worn on the day of wearing colorful clothing and is called 垫子. The front of 垫子 is like a phoenix coronet, and the back is like a dustpan. In the cold season, the forehead is often covered with a bridle, 遮美乐, which is not only decorative, but also has the function of keeping out the cold. Noble women have long fingernails, which are made of gold and silver and covered with nail sleeves. The decoration is very gorgeous. Okay, that's all the content of this course. The content of next course will be knowledge points of men costume of Qing Dynasty. See you next course.